Hi Pisces, I'm not ready for those. Hi Pisces, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot here in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, this is what I do. I let flip, fly, fall. However many tarot cards want to come out, usually anywhere from 5 to 7. Then I look at it, decide if we are looking at love, life, career, health, or whatever, and then clarify with various oracle cards. I will warn you, I do cuss. In my Taurus video that I did yesterday, there was a lot of it that was going on, but that was kind of the message that was coming through. So, I think I was channeling my brother, who's still alive. Anyhow, let's see what's going on with the Pisces. Last time we did a reading, you guys had been making major forward movement, and then you kind of came to a screeching halt. So let's see if you worked through that, or what's going on right now. Pisces, I need some cards. There's one. Okay, the Fool. New beginning. You're doing a new beginning of something. So let's see what we're doing a new beginning on. Okay. Okay, now we got some stuff coming out. So that was, oh, here we go. Let's see. Get these in the right direction. Now I can't remember. Yeah, let's do it that way. It doesn't matter. Whatever comes through, comes through. However it does, it doesn't seem to matter what the cards do anyway, so I don't worry about it so much anymore. Whoa, and that one's definitely got something to say. All right, so we've got a new beginning. We are getting control of our ideas. I feel like we're gathering up our bag of stuff, and we're getting our ideas. We're kind of getting a plan in order. That's what the feeling is. We're getting a plan in order. King of Wands, and we are about ready to make some shit happen. And every once in a while, some of these nasty ass thoughts creep into your head about, can I really do this? Because I've got some really big dreams here. And there's a little bit of self-doubt that does creep in from time to time. You've got a pretty good handle on it. But every once in a while, something creeps in. But eventually, you're headed towards your 10 of Cups, which your 10 of Cups is what you consider your happy ending. And this could be in any way, shape, or form. Everybody has a different 10 of Cups or a different happy ending. Yours may be with family. Yours may be with doing your life's purpose. Yours may be traveling with your kids. Yours may be traveling with your kids and your spouse. Whatever your happy ending is entirely up to you. And don't let anybody else tell you what you should want or think as a happy ending. Don't let other people's ideas come in and like get into your head, which happens a lot. 5 of Pentacles. So right now, the only thing that seems to be stopping you from really making major movement forward is a stall on your money. Excuse me. So it seems like you've got the ideas, you've got the passion, you have the physical energy, you're like ready to go, you've pretty much got your thoughts under control, you know where you're heading to, but the only thing that is lacking is money. And the money seems to be what's the holdup right now. It's like you want to start a new business, but you don't have the money. You want to take a vacation with your family, but you don't have the money. And then it's like this money shit is like creeping up into your head. So, let's do that. And that, if money is an issue, it's a couple of things. One, it's old programming, thinking, do I want those? No, I wasn't ready for those. Old programming around money. and thinking that you aren't worthy of this happy ending and 10 of Cups, and you're self-sabotaging, or you're not, or it feels like there's boundaries, some boundaries that either have been crossed or you need to, let me think about this. What am I getting? Fear of, if people owe you money, you're afraid to ask them for money. You've got a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of fears around money. And that's the one thing that it's like, I can't have that happy ending. I have a yacht in my future, or I have traveling on a boat, or I have traveling the world on a yacht or a boat or something. And you're like, I can't have that happy ending. I don't have the freaking money. Manifest it in a different way where you don't have to pay for it, you know? Maybe you run into a rich friend that has it. You know, there are lots of ways to make the stuff that you want to have happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be you that comes up with the money. You know, get online and sign up for some free trips. I don't know. I mean, like literally, there's like a million different ways to manifest something into your life without having the physical money to do it. So don't let that be a hang up. And I feel like that's what your hang up is right now, is like, I feel like you think you have to be the one and only person that's going to come up with this money. But, and I feel like I'm hearing like investor, you know, like there might be someone out there that wants to invest in this new business that you have. Bored. Okay. What is, okay. So one of the things that you're afraid of this moving forward is, it feels like apparently maybe you're someone that gets really super bored quickly, and you're afraid that you're like, you have this fear of like, okay, I'm going to use this as an example. Maybe you want to start a restaurant and you have a bad habit of being bored very easily and then changing your mind in the middle of it. And so you don't want to drag somebody else, and you don't want to have somebody go that says, hey, I'll invest in your restaurant, and you know how you are, and you know, God, in 2 years, I could be bored doing this and like ready to move on, and I don't want to pull somebody in on my drama. And that's where some of the resistance is coming in, is even though that came up in reverse, I feel like that needs to be in the upright. That's where some of your resistance is coming in, is fear of dragging people in on your drama or your unhealed wounds, and you know how you are. You know what some of your bad habits are, and you're just afraid to just bring other people in some of your bad habits, because then you're afraid they'll be mad at you. So that's where some of your stuff is holding back. Okay. Man, that's kind of deep. How in the world do you get through that? Let's find out. Let's see what the cards say. All right, do I want all of these? I want this. Let's put this one here, and this one here, and this one here. So what does this say? So you're not desperate about this happy ending. And it's not like you're like, oh, I've got to have it. But there is some confusion of why you can't let it go. It's like you think about it, but it's not like, I'm going to get there come hell or high water. It's, you know, some people have a vision of their life, and they will do whatever they can to get there come hell or high water. And it's kind of like you have a vision in your life, but I feel like you're kind of like, but if I get there, I get there. And if I don't, I don't. And you're kind of wishy-washy about it. And I wonder is it because you're not clear about where you want to go? Or do you, okay, so maybe, okay. So this is what I'm getting. The longing is not strong enough. So the vision that you have in your head does not feel attainable to you. That's one of the reasons that you're not trying for it very hard, is because you don't feel like, I think part of it is you feel like you're not deserving. And you're like, I'm not going to try really hard on that because, one, I don't deserve to have all of that. And I'm not going to try very hard on it because I feel like I'm going to get bored with it in a couple of years. And I don't want to get out on a boat traveling the world and, you know, for 30 days and then 2 days into it, find out that I'm seasick and miserable the whole trip. It's like you have a lot of fears that are trying to keep you small. It's like a lot of fears trying to keep you small. So maybe you just need to get grateful because you're not very grateful for where you're at this moment in time. And maybe you just need to be grateful with what you have. So, because you don't, okay, here we go. You don't appreciate what you have now. That's why you're worried about not appreciating your 10 of Cups in the future. You don't appreciate what you have now. So what makes you think you're going to be happy with that vision? Now that makes sense. All right. I was like, sometimes it takes me a while to work through this stuff. Whew. Okay. That makes sense. You need to release that. Okay. You're not grateful for what you have. Therefore, you know you're not going to be grateful. So it doesn't matter what the universe brings you. They could bring you the happy family and the beautiful husband and kids or wife and house and everything that goes along with it. And you're not going to be happy. You're going to find something wrong with it. And that scares the shit out of you. That's one of the reasons you don't work real hard at getting any place is because you know you're not going to be happy and grateful for what you have. So you need to do some major releasing and figure out why you are so ungrateful for what you have. Where did that come from? Let's figure out what your blocks are. So right now, let's work on the Pisces blocks. What's keeping them from wanting to attain the admired? Okay, I feel like the admired came in the reverse position, and I feel like I need to leave it in a reverse position. Let me think. It was there for a second ago, and then I lost my focus. You want people to admire you for who you become. And there's a need to feel worthy. It's like I feel like you need accolades and praise, and you need people to go pat you on the back and tell you how wonderful you are. And that drives you forward. And nobody's doing that right now. So there's nobody patting you on the back. There's nobody there telling you, you know, oh my God, I just like went through a major roadblock and cleared some stuff. And there wasn't anybody there to pat you on the back and go, oh, you're doing such a fabulous job, blah, 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 blah. And you're not doing it to yourself. Nobody else is doing it. You're trying to get your self-worth and your accolades and praise from outside of yourself. And that's a block for you right at the moment. All right, so there's a couple things. Oh my God. The fuck? I just said that. There's that self-worth. That's a block. Your self-worth is a block. So you need to work on your chakras, and I feel like the heart chakra is one of the first ones. And part of that is to stop judging yourself. I feel like you think you're like a failure in a lot of ways. You are very hard on yourself. You're very hard on other people. It's no wonder you have so many blocks on yourself. It's like you don't feel worthy of having this stuff. It's like, there's no point in me working for this. I'm not going to get it anyway. Nobody wants me to have this kind of stuff. I don't even want me to have this kind of stuff, because if I don't get there and nobody pats me on the back and makes me feel like I'm fabulous, then it was pointless. And I did all that work for nothing. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like, I feel like I'm seeing, okay, and this is the ballerina coming back in my head. It's like, I feel like I am not going to go on stage and be a master ballerina, or I don't know if that's even a word. I don't watch ballet, but like a master ballerina, and put in all of that hard work and then have nobody in the audience clap for me. There's a fear. There's that fear that you're going to do all of this hard work, and then nobody's going to be there in the end to pat you on the back and say, you did a really good job. I'm really proud of you. Forget what other people say. Pat yourself on the back. You know what? I'm like, if you've come a long way, you fucking deserve it. Don't be like thinking that you have to have outside praise. You know, and the other point that goes along with that, somebody's going to find fault in the way you did it. Then you're going to get all hung up on that. So if you're expecting the outside world to be your inner guidance and push to where you go, you are not ever going to make it any place, because you can't like have someone else. Surrender just popped out. So you need to surrender your need for outside approval. That is coming through loud and clear here. Outside approval. And fear of not getting outside approval is like holding you back right now in a major way. All right. So let's get one more card for blocks for Pisces for the 1st of March. What's going on? Refocus. Okay, so the thing that I'm feeling in is, let's not focus on the big dreams right now. You need to focus more on the inner work, because you're not going to get the big dreams unless you get the crap here. The self-worth issues cleared out. Get your heart chakra opened up. Surrender to the universe for what they have planned for you. Quit worrying about having other people admire you and needing for, the need for other people's approval. You need to release that. Two release and 2 surrenders. You need to release and surrender outside approval and work on your self-worth, because until you get that stuff taken care of, you're not, no amount of clapping and ballerina, good job, girl, you worked hard to get here, is going to feel fulfilling. So you need to know that. I mean, you need to understand that, know that, understand that, get that. I'm being led to this. This is a relatively new deck of cards that I have not used a whole lot. I can't even remember what they're called. Channeling. So that one just popped out. Okay, so basically this is messages from your higher self, your oversoul, your guides, past relatives, the universe, whatever. And channeling is, to me, that is saying that they are channeling to you. They are telling you what you need to do, and you're ignoring them. It's like you are getting guidance all over the place, but I feel like you are ignoring the messages and you're questioning yourself. You're like, you've got a lot of self-doubt about like, oh my God, I feel like I just got told to blah, 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 blah. And you are questioning that. And they are saying, no, don't question that. We are telling you what to do to move through this and forward. We are putting the right people in the way and places. If you are led to go in certain places, go there. If you decide you need to go to some place for lunch, go there. If you're led to take a day off of work and just go for a drive, do that, because they've got messages that they want to send you, and you're keeping yourself occupied with all of this other outside stuff. And they're trying to send you messages and you're kind of blowing them off. I want this one. Authentic truth. They are trying to get you to tap into your authentic truth. Again, some of the stuff that I feel like you're doing right now is for outside accolades. I mean, that word just keeps like screaming in my head. Accolades, accolades. I got to have people think I'm fabulous. I got to have people tell me how good I am. And unless you get that, unless there's some of that there, you're not going to do it. And you need to quit worrying about outside influences, I guess, and outside approval and praise and approval. All right, that one. What's this one say? Divine animals. In all of the readings, almost all of the readings that I did yesterday, I felt like I was getting, there were a lot of messages from birds. Apparently are very popular right now. This does not have a bird on it. This has a lion. So that tells me that if you have been seeing certain animals lately, like you keep seeing lions or tigers or bears or birds or squirrels or mourning doves or whatever, there are certain animals that keep popping up into your consciousness, into your, I don't know, you know, on commercials, on TV, running out in front of the road. You're hearing it or seeing it in your head. It's like your spirit guides or your spirit animals trying to give you signs, and you've seen some synchronicities lately, but you didn't know you were supposed to be receiving a message from that, and so you didn't. You need to be paying more attention to what the spirit world is sending you instead of worrying about people saying good things about you. Soul family. You have either... Okay, let me think about this. Soul family. There are some people in your soul family that you have lost touch with. And you miss some of that soul family because they had some good advice. But you had your reasons for losing touch with those soul family members. So quit beating yourself up. Don't reach out to them. Do reach out to them. Whatever the case is, sometimes they were there for a specific time and reason, and sometimes they're done and gone for when it's time. There will be new soul family members that show up. So just be open to that. Let some new soul family members come in and teach you the lessons that you need to learn. And if closing the door on some of your old soul family is what needs to happen, it's okay. That was meant to happen. So I feel like like when I saw that, it just like was this, it's this sad feeling came along. It was like, it's like you jumped. It's like you got adopted into a new family. And it's like you jumped ship. You had this as a soul family. And all of a sudden you were like, you jumped off of that ship into another ship. And it's kind of like, I kind of missed that. My soul family over there. But you know what? This soul family over here is who you need to learn lessons from right now. So don't worry about this soul family over here. You'll run into them again in the future perhaps. Or not. Whatever the case is, you need to focus on your current soul family and who you are learning lessons from now. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think that's about it. I will see you guys the middle of March, and I will talk to you later, Pisces. Thanks. Bye.